Hey everybody, welcome back to Joy's house. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for returning. And if you're new, thank you for joining and thank you for clicking on this video. Today we are about to do a 3-step skincare routine for clean and clear skin. And these are the products I've been using on a consistent basis to keep my skin clear, acne free, and really fresh and clean for the last few months. I'm going to show you the 3 steps that I use, and I vary between 2 different products for each step. So I'm going to show both products that work and the 3 steps that I do. So let's go ahead and get started with the skincare routine. First, I need to grab my little skincare headband because I don't want my hair to get wet, and of course we need these. Now I do have another one. Gotta have these. I do need to get some new ones because these have torn a little bit, so I kind of have to tie them up with a little hair tie, but it's okay, they still work. So grab you some of these so your arms don't get wet. For my 3-step skincare routine, the first step, of course, is going to be washing our face. Now for face wash, I've been varying between these 2 face washes over the last few months. So first up, we have the CeraVe Renewing SA Cleanser. And this is a Salicylic Acid Cleanser, which is a gentle cleanser and also exfoliates while softening the skin. So this one is non-irritating and non-drying. And again, it has the salicylic acid, and this is for normal skin. So this is a really gentle cleanser that cleanses your face. It's also fragrance free, and it also contains vitamin D for the antioxidant benefits. Another OG that I've been using for probably the last year and a half is the La Roche-Posay, and this is the Mela B3 Gel Cleanser. This is the gel cleanser that's good for clarifying, and it's a micro peeling facial cleanser. It contains the niacinamide and also PHA. And so this is for dull and uneven skin tone. And I've been using this for my hyperpigmentation because I do have some dark spots left over from my acne. And this has really helped with the dark spots and the overall uneven skin tone. And this has helped a lot clear up some of those spots that I had on my skin the last few months. This has helped a lot. So these are the 2 that I pick up. These are the 2 that I choose between. I don't really necessarily just stick to one, and these are both, I've used up a lot of both of these cleansers, so I pretty much just kind of alternate however based on my mood. Whatever I'm feeling, I just kind of pick up each one depending on my mood. So today I'm going to use the CeraVe one, and we're just going to go ahead and get some water. I do like to lather up my hands first before I start cleansing. I like to get a nice lather and then go ahead and scrub. And then most of the time I do use my hands when I'm washing my face, but there are some times, like maybe once or twice a week, I will go in with a facial scrubber to scrub my face just to make sure I get all of that extra dirt and bacteria off that I can't get off with my hands. So I do go in with one of those scrubbers probably one time a week, but I don't use it every day just because it is a little abrasive and it does kind of irritate if I use it too often. So I only use it about once or twice a week, but every other day I do just use my hands to wash my face, and that works well for all of the other days. So I definitely make sure I go a lot more deep on my nose area just because my nose does have like larger pores, and I feel like my nose holds a little bit more dirt and bacteria. So I kind of do scrub like the edge of my nose a little longer than the rest of my face. I just feel like that area holds a lot more dirt and bacteria. And then of course, you want to get all in your chin and your cheek area and your forehead, of course. All right, and now to dry my face, I normally use the Clean Skin Club face towels, and they do contain like little micro exfoliating bumps. Not bumps, but they have like a little texture on the other side of the towel that's good for like exfoliating your face while you're drying it. So I typically pick those up and use those, but I didn't grab them with me while I was in the bathroom. So today I'm just going to use a regular paper towel to dry my face, but I definitely use this over using a facial towel. Like, you know, I don't use one of these to dry my face or a washcloth just because it holds bacteria, and I use this for other things. So I don't want to use that for my skin because I just want to make sure my skin is free from bacteria, and I don't want to add any more bacteria that I just washed off my face. So I definitely don't use those to dry my skin. I either use one of these or, like I said, the Clean Skin Club face towels. Those are really good for exfoliating and getting the bacteria off of your skin. Okay, the next step of my 3-step skincare routine is serums. Now for serums, I've been using these two the last few months. So the first one that I use is the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid 2% and B5 Serum. Now this is a vegan hyaluronic acid. This is good for hydration support, and this is really good for like bringing the moisture back into the skin after you've washed and dried your face. So this is just good for applying that moisture and hydration back into the skin. So, and this is good for morning and night. And so I just grab a few drops of the hyaluronic acid, and I'm just gonna go in on each side and rub that in. And like I said, I do have 2 different ones that I kind of choose from throughout the week. I don't normally use the same one every single day. I kind of do gravitate toward different serums. So another one that I use is the Good Molecules Mandelic Acid Serum, and this is a exfoliating serum that also contains AHA for clear, smooth, and even skin tone. So this also works well with the La Roche-Posay because this is good for uneven skin tone. And then this does the same thing in serum form. It's for clearing, smoothing, and uneven skin tone. So it helps to kind of bring the evenness back into your skin tone and smoothing out your skin. So this one is a little bit more of an intense serum than the hyaluronic acid. So I don't use this one as often as the hyaluronic acid because, of course, this one is an exfoliating serum, whereas this one is a hydrating serum. So this one is a little bit more of an intense formula, so I don't use this one as often. But this says that this one is more of a nighttime serum. So this one is good for nighttime, so I'm not going to use this one right now. So this one is good for your nighttime skincare routine. If you have one of these little handheld fans, these are really good for drying your skin. Woo! Drying your serums if you don't have time to wait for it to dry. So I just kind of go in with my fan and let it air dry. Let's get back to the next step because you want it to be completely dry before you add more products to your skin, so it can be completely absorbed before you do the next step of your routine. I love this fan because it goes up to 5 levels. See, it's on level 2 right now, and it has a little strap that you can carry it around with. This is good for travel. If you're bringing it with you to do your skincare, it has a little strap on here, and it's just the perfect handheld fan. I love it. But it has 5 levels. See, it goes all the way up to 5. It's 5 levels. I love this fan. You are good to go ahead and do the next step. And so the third step of our routine is a moisturizer or a sunscreen. And so these are the 2 that I've been using for the last few months. So this is the Anua PDRN and Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizing Cream. So this contains the PDRN and also hyaluronic acid. And this is just a basic like moisturizing cream. And this just really, it's a very light cream that's not going to feel like really sticky and make your skin feel sticky throughout the day. So this is one that I use for a moisturizing cream. And also this is the Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. Now this is also a moisturizing cream, but it also contains SPF 50. So not only is this a moisturizing cream, but it's also good for the sunscreen as well. It contains the SPF 50. and it's an invisible sunscreen. It is a chemical sunscreen, so I know some people don't really like the chemical sunscreens. So this is a chemical sunscreen, but it doesn't leave a white cast on your skin. So this is a really good one to use if you're going to be out and about throughout the day. Then you might want to grab a moisturizing cream that contains the SPF, so your skin can be protected from the sun. And so this one is a really good one that does not leave a white cast. Again, this is the Naturium Dew Glow Moisturizer. But today I'm not really going anywhere, so I'm just going to use the Anua Moisturizing Cream. So I'm just going to put a little bit on each side, and that should be good. That should be enough to cover our entire face. So we're just going to go ahead and rub that in all the way in. And this one is really light, like I mentioned. It's not really heavy. It is fragrance free, but it feels really good on the skin and really moisturizing. I don't really like to use stuff that feels sticky throughout the day because I just don't like to feel like a stickiness or a heaviness on my skin throughout the day. I just really don't like that. It just irritates me. So I try to use like a light moisturizer if I'm going to be out and about during the day. Like at nighttime, I'll use a more heavier cream because I'm going to be sleeping and I want it to soak in while I'm sleeping. But during the day, I don't like my skin to feel heavy and sticky. So this one is really good for that. And yeah, I just like how it feels. Really light, super light, basic moisturizing cream that is really hydrating for the skin. And so that is our last step because we are doing a 3-step skincare routine, and that was the 3rd step. And so that is a really basic, simple so that is our really basic and simple 3-step skincare routine. This is our really simple, easy, low effort 3-step skincare routine. And of course, I'm gonna show the products one more time. These are the ones that we used today. So we use our CeraVe Renewing Acid Cleanser, and we use our Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid B5 Moisturizing Serum, and we use our Anua PDRN and Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizing Cream. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe and leave out in the comments if you use these products, and be sure to come back for the next video. Thank you guys for watching.